What is good? What is good? What is good, people? What is good? How's it going? How is it going? Today, unfortunately, we have to discuss more economic content. This is turning into my least favorite content to discuss on this channel, but it is very necessary in this day and age, given the circumstances. If you guys watch any of my other content, I am learning. You are witnessing me learning the extent of I hate even using this term now, to be honest, but like the financialization of our economy, our life in general here. I hate using that term the more I learn about it, but it is all good here. We're in this whether we like it or not, I guess, but at least we can do what we want within it. Okay, so I will go over the Federal Open Market Committee meeting that happened today, and you guys read the title. I'm not gonna read the title again. You guys can read the title. I won't say the title like I often do in my videos. Before I get into the script, I'm just gonna get into the script here. But okay, first some things on my last video that actually got completely neutered. For many of you guys, the last video I posted froze 10 seconds into the video. I actually watched it myself, and this happened to me as well. So I attempted to repost the video twice, like the same exact video, but the same exact phenomenon occurred both times. But given the watch time on the video, like the average watch time, it seems like some of you guys were able to watch the whole video somehow, or at least a significantly greater portion than just the first 10 seconds. But judging from the comment, like looking at the comments, a lot of you guys were only, like it froze that 10 seconds, and it happened to me too. So I've been debating on what to do about this. For some reason, this like weighed on my mind for, I don't exactly know why it weighed on my mind so much, but it was like heavy on my mind for some reason. But I just decided that I'm going to redo that whole video and interject some new stuff that I've learned since I actually posted that video, and then just put up the whole new video. I'll keep up the old one just because, it got almost 40 views, so like it's just good stats. But I will post that new one though. And I had some kind of like gems, man. I'll just say that. Or no, that's too. I just had some good things I think that I mentioned in there that actually had nothing to really do with the money aspect, especially like one like main gem. Like I said, this is a healthcare network. Ultimately, this is a healthcare network, so I definitely had like one gem in there that I'll let you guys figure out where it was, assuming you can watch over 10 seconds of the video. But okay, now to discuss today's topics. We're done with that. Just stay tuned on that. Like, watch for that video coming up today or tomorrow. Honestly, it probably won't be. It might not be today because I'm kind of sick of these money topics. So I'm probably gonna post something else like with the next one or two videos. But just stay tuned for that video, maybe in the next week. But okay, now to discuss today's topics. I watched a portion of the Federal Open Market Committee meeting today. 9/22/21 is the date. I mainly watched the part where the Fed Chairman Powell was taking questions. I also watched some of the analysis afterwards on Bloomberg. I honestly simply cannot believe that money movers, I believe in the Bible they were referred to as money changers, which God chased them out, apparently. Like, I'm only on Exodus right now, so, like, in terms of reading the Bible front to back, so, like, I'm not even close to that part yet, but I'd, like, heard about it, and I think think he ended up like chasing them out of the town square or some shit. Like, it is what it is. But I honestly can't believe the money movers, we'll just call them that, have this level of influence. Each time I watch these Federal Open Market Committee, FOMC for short, each time I watch these FOMC meetings, I always leave feeling at least somewhat annoyed. Powell says Fed tapering may begin in November and last until mid-2022, so mid-next year. Even if they taper off from the $120 billion of asset purchases per month, they're still going to be purchasing billions of dollars of assets every month. And I think they were saying that they're going to have about a $15 billion taper, which literally means that's still $105 billion of asset purchases per month. And if my math is correct, that's like over $1 trillion of asset purchases every year, like well over $1 trillion. And you wonder why these stimulus packages are getting bigger and bigger. Like, just put it together. Like, why are we talking about a $3.5 billion spending package right now? But I don't know all the details about how they connect, so like, I can leave that up to you guys to do more research on that, and then you guys let me know. But okay, I believe the last time they performed quantitative easing, it was somewhere around $80 billion of purchases monthly, and then the last time they tapered, it was like a $10 billion taper or something like that, where they tapered $5 billion of like the mortgage-backed securities, and then like $5 billion of like the bond market purchases. Like, apparently that's how they tapered last time. Like, that was what, QE2? I think like this is QE3. So it was standing for quantitative easing. So, it is what it is. Like, however you break it up, I mean, that's still over $1 trillion each month. But like, let's just move on. The reality is the Fed cannot stop purchasing and holding assets, including government debt. And why is that? Because no one else is going to buy them. And if there are no buyers, interest rates will go up, because it will be more risky to hold debt. If interest rates go up, and then it's going to be more risky because like people can't, like, if interest rates go up, it's just harder to pay off the debts you have, which is why it'll be more risky to hold debt. If interest rates go up, and you guys can analyze that, because I'm still kind of learning about how this stuff works, but as far as I know, like, that's kind of how it's like interest rates and debt and like inflation. I think that I'm like kind of getting in my mind how those things work, and I think that's how it works. But yeah, so if interest rates go up, it'll be harder, I know this for sure, it'll be harder to borrow and print new money to pay off old debts, because the interest rate is essentially the price of new money, because they borrow money and then they promise to pay back interest. So if interest rates go up, you have to pay more back, like when you take out more money. So if that just makes it harder to pay off the old debts that you already have, because that new money you're taking out is more valuable. So like, the more valuable the money and the more debt you have, the more kind of like screwed I guess you are, because now you have to use more valuable dollars to pay back your old debt. Like, they'd rather have less valuable dollars to pay back their old debt, because the number that they're in debt doesn't change. Like, if you're in debt $100 and you print more money, so like, if you're in debt $100 and there's $1,000 in the economy, let's say they increase the money supply to $1,500. Even though the money supply is now $1,500, you still have like that $100 of debt. The amount of debt you have, like in terms of the numbers, didn't go up. So now you basically have more money in the supply. So like you're able to do like, I guess, different things. Like you have a better opportunity of getting like more numbers of money and paying off like that same number, that same $100 of debt you have. So that's why they would rather just keep inflating the money supply, because they still have the same number of dollars of debt. But then you take into account the fact that they keep like they're printing more money and then they're borrowing more money. So actually the amount in terms of the government, the amount of debt that they have is going up. So that's why they're increasing the money supply even faster, because the amount of debt they have keeps going up. So now they just want to keep making more money in order to be able to like pay the interest on like the interest payments that they have. And at this point, like it's like they still even have to borrow money still to pay back the interest. So like the amount they owe keeps going up, and then they're debating on whether to raise the debt ceiling, as I said in the last video. But like most of that, like it froze, so many guys didn't hear that part. But like they're probably gonna raise it to like, I mean, either they're either gonna suspend it or they're gonna raise it to like 30 trillion. Right now I think it's like 28 point something trillion. But yeah, I mean that's just a mess. See, this is why I hate talking about this shit, because it just makes like zero sense. If we were in debt, like we have to pay off our debt. Like we can't raise our debts. I mean, I guess technically we can. If you have a good credit rating, you can just keep raising your own debt ceiling too. I mean, like you can basically do that too. Honestly, it is what it is. Like that's just how things work. And if yeah, I mean, actually, I'm not gonna get. I was gonna talk. Like, I'm not gonna get into. I was gonna start saying like, if our company is successful, we literally might end up basically doing that. Like, cause that's what successful companies do. Like, they like take out more debt because they know the game. Like, that's part of the reason how they became successful. If they get big, even small businesses do that shit, man. So it is what it is, man. Like. What will cryptos do to this whole thing? Who knows? But yeah, so okay, done with that, and like let's just move on to the script, and that just leads to a whole cycle that the Fed doesn't want to get into. Like if interest rates go up, they do not want to get into that cycle. It's essentially the collapse of the leverage part of the economy. But the real economy, see, you guys laugh when I call it that. Like a lot of you guys comment, so like, the real economy, what do you mean by the real economy? But like the real economy is basically already torched. As I've mentioned before, production in the US economy is down, innovation is down, birth rates are down, almost half of the population, Gen X and below, is single. At least 30% of mothers are single mothers, which is like a good amount if you really think about it. That's 3 out of 10. Damn, son. So I'm gonna say 30% of dudes under 30 years of age are incels, etc. Like, again, 3 out of 10. Damn, son. But okay, so couple that with the fact that baby boomers are retiring, and many of them are relying on hedge funds and the stock market to maintain their purchasing power in retirement. So when you couple all that stuff, you can start to see the whole general picture here. And yeah, like if you've watched some of my other videos, like and I'll discuss these in later videos, like the baby boomers retiring and them like being so heavily invested in the stock market is, that's a whole phenomenon to get into. And then millennials kind of took after them too. Like millennials are heavily invested in the stock market as well. Some of the younger ones are doing the crypto thing now, but funny things there. So I'm gonna end off this video. Hopefully it's not too long, but I'm gonna end it off by saying I'm not gonna give you guys financial or economic advice. I'm just gonna tell you guys what I'm doing. I'm not sure if I can do all of this money moving stuff and feel that good about it, but like I'm probably gonna have to do it. I'll keep you guys posted on that. I do like to produce things, so I mean, it is what it is. I might be doing both. But however, given the landscape and from the fanfare retail investors get on YouTube, obviously it's a necessary and in-demand skill these days, being able to like allocate, like move, being able to like get better returns on your money essentially because you can't save your money. I'll probably be investing into cryptocurrency projects, which I can tell you guys about if you're interested. Let me know. I can like tell you what projects I'm looking at. Yeah, because you have to put your money into something these days, and you can't just save it because interest rates are at zero. So if you just, your money just gets less valuable over time because they print so much of it. So you can't just save your money. You have to put it into something that like hopefully grows with inflation. I don't have enough money to start buying gold just yet. And I'd rather put my money into cryptocurrencies than into silver because of better returns. Although when I make more money, I will probably diversify into silver as well, and then maybe even gold too. If I get that amount of money, because gold is like $1,800 an ounce, although I think it dropped today, but it's like around $1,700 to $1,800 an ounce. And then, to be honest, the government might just end up taking away your gold too if it really comes down to it. That's what they did in the Great Depression. That's what FDR did. I think it was like 1933 where he like literally jacked everyone's gold. Like I think he made it illegal to like hold a certain amount of gold, which is almost nuts when I think about it today. Like that's fucking ridiculous. So they might even just jack your gold. Like they might even jack your crypto too, honestly. I don't even know how that's gonna work. But ultimately I think I'm going to invest the most in myself and my company though. Time is more important than money for me. And I think if you invest your time doing proper and productive things, money and success will follow, no matter whether that money comes from fiat, from crypto, from precious metals, etc. A successful company will probably be getting money in all of these types of forms in the future. So let's see what happens and where this journey takes us. That is like what I'm most excited about. I'm not excited that much when I talk about money. I'm not even really excited that much when I talk about like women. Even though I do want like a wife or two in the future. Like we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, I'm most excited when I talk about like the projects that I'm involved in and like things like that. Like invest in yourself. I'll say that. That is the only economic advice I'll give you is to invest in yourself. But I'm done with this script. It's probably 20 minutes. And I rambled a little bit, so we're back to the rambling. Sorry guys for that. If you're watching this video up to this far, you are a trooper. So yeah, I'm done. Peace out guys. Tune into the new version of like the last video. If the original one froze on you, I'll try to add a couple new things in there at least, and then hopefully you capture that gem. It has nothing to do with money and like nothing to do with women too, so... But it does have to do with Healthcare Network, so hopefully you catch that gem in there. But alright, I'll catch y'all later. Peace out, guys. Deuces.